The sound of rain tapping against the hospital window was the only thing that broke the silence.
Diana lay in bed, pale and still, her breathing faint.
Machines blinked softly, keeping track of the heartbeat of the woman who had once flown like lightning on racetracks. Now, time was outrunning her. He stood at her side, eyes fixed on her face. His name had echoed in the world of racing. Champions feared him. But now, he feared a beep dropping too low on a screen. He held her cold hand and whispered, "Stay. Just stay, one more race." 2 years had passed since the accident and the sacrifice. Their love had touched millions. But away from the fame, they had lived quietly, choosing each other over glory. Until that letter arrived. The final legacy race, invitation only. Winner receives one grant, any dream fulfilled. One chance. One wish. All eyes on the finish line. The signature at the bottom sent a shiver down his spine. Lucas. He was back. And this time, he wasn't playing fair. Lucas, once defeated, had returned with a vengeance. He had created a private racing league, one that only allowed those with a broken past, a buried dream, or an unfulfilled promise. And he knew just how to drag him back in, win, and Diana lives. Because the grant wasn't just money. It was backed by sponsors, hospitals, international foundations. It could fund a rare treatment, Diana's only chance. He knew it was a trap. But he had no choice. He returned to the track. This time, he wouldn't race alone. At the underground racing school he once mentored, he met Leah, a 19-year-old orphan, fast, fiery, and full of raw talent. She reminded him of Diana's younger spirit. Reckless, but hopeful. She begged to be his co-driver. "If you die in that race," she said, "then someone has to cross the finish line. I'll be your backup." He agreed. Not just because she was good. But because deep down, he saw a future racer. A future Diana. The day of the final race arrived. 20 racers. 10 countries. Each with a dream. Each with a story. And then Lucas appeared. His car was armor. His smile venom. But it wasn't just revenge in his eyes, it was hate. He had lost fame. Sponsors. And he blamed only one man. This time, Lucas smirked, "You'll lose everything." The race wasn't ordinary. Through abandoned cities. Across desert heat. Into icy mountain passes. The track was death in disguise. One by one, racers dropped. But he and Leah, they held on. Until, near the final checkpoint, Lucas crashed into them on purpose. Their car flipped, rolled, and slammed into a snowbank. Leah's leg was broken. The engine was dead. And Diana's heart monitor back at the hospital? Flatlining. A rescue helicopter hovered overhead. Time had run out. He had two choices. 1. Leave Leah and get on the chopper, reach Diana before she slipped away. 2. Carry Leah back to safety, losing the race, and possibly losing Diana. He looked at the young girl crying, unable to move. He remembered Diana's words. "Even if you lose me, never lose who you are." He chose Leah. He carried her back through ice and storm, every step a goodbye. And when he arrived, Diana was gone. At her grave, he placed their racing gloves. "You were always faster than time," he whispered. "You reached heaven before I could reach the finish line." But what he didn't know was, Diana had left behind something. A will. And a voice recording. "If I don't make it, use the story of us to build the academy. Raise girls like Leah. Let love live through speed, not memory." 2 years later. A massive racing academy stood on a hillside, named Diana's Dreamline. Hundreds of orphan girls learned their racing, engineering, dreaming. Leah. She became the first international champion from that academy. And the man who once lived for speed, now taught others to run with purpose. Because in the end, it wasn't about the race.
It was about who you became after the finish line. The END, for now.